Okay, how to know if your vehicle is equipped with anti-lock braking systems. Tractors, trucks, and buses will have yellow ABS malfunction lamps on the instrument panel. Trailers will have yellow ABS malfunction lamps on the left side, either on the front or rear corner. Dollies manufactured on or after March 1st, 1998 are required to have a lamp on the left side. As a system check on newer vehicles, a malfunction lamp comes on at startup for a bulb check, then goes out quickly. On older systems, the lamp could stay on until you are driving over 5 miles per hour. If the lamp stays on after the bulb check or goes on once you are underway, you may have lost ABS control. In the case of towed units manufactured before it was required by the Department of Transportation, it may be difficult to tell if the unit is equipped with ABS. Look under the vehicle for the ECU and wheel speed sensor wires coming from the back of the brakes. How ABS helps you. When you brake hard on slippery surfaces in a vehicle without ABS, your wheels may lock up. When your steering wheels lock up, you lose steering control. When your other wheels lock up, you may skid, jackknife, or even spin the vehicle. Anti-lock braking systems helps you avoid wheel lockup and maintain control. You may or may not be able to stop faster with ABS, but you should be able to steer around an obstacle while braking and avoid skids caused by over-braking. Anti-lock braking systems on the tractor only or only on the trailer. Having ABS on only the tractor, only the trailer, or even only one axle still gives you more control over the vehicle during braking. Brake normally. When only the tractor has ABS, you should be able to maintain steering control, and there is less chance of jackknifing. But keep your eye on the trailer and let up on the brakes if you can safely do so if it begins to swing out. When only the trailer has ABS, the trailer is less likely to swing out. But if you lose steering control or start a tractor jackknife, let up on the brakes if you can safely do so until you regain control. Braking with anti-lock braking systems. When you drive a vehicle with ABS, you should brake as you always have. In other words, use only the braking force necessary to stop safely and stay in control. Brake the same way regardless of whether you have ABS on the bus, tractor, the trailer, or both. As you slow down, monitor your tractor and trailer and back off the brakes, if it is safe to do so, to stay in control. There is only one exception to this procedure. If you drive a straight truck or combination with working ABS on all axles, in an emergency stop, you can fully apply the brakes. Braking if ABS is not working. Without ABS, you still have normal brake functions. Drive and brake as you always have. Vehicles with ABS have yellow malfunction lamps to tell you if something isn't working. As a system check on newer vehicles, the malfunction lamp comes on at startup for a bulb, check and then goes out quickly. On older systems, the lamp could stay on until you are driving over 5 miles per hour. If the lamp stays on after the bulb check, or goes on once you are underway, you may have lost ABS control on one or more wheels. Remember, if your ABS malfunctions, you still have regular brakes. Drive normally, but get the system serviced soon. Safety reminders. ABS won't allow you to drive faster, follow more closely, or drive less carefully. ABS won't prevent power or turning skids. ABS should prevent brake-induced skids or jackknives, but not those caused by spinning the drive wheels or going too fast in a turn. ABS won't necessarily shorten stopping distance. ABS will help maintain vehicle control, but not always shorten stopping distance. ABS won't increase or decrease ultimate stopping power. ABS is an add-on to your normal brakes, not a replacement for them. ABS won't change the way you normally brake. Under normal brake conditions, your vehicle will stop as it always stopped. ABS only comes into play when a wheel would normally have locked up because of over-braking. ABS won't compensate for bad brakes or poor brake maintenance. Remember, the best vehicle safety feature is still a safe driver. Remember, drive so you never need to use your ABS. Remember, if you need it, ABS could help to prevent a serious crash. All right, skid control and recovery. A skid happens whenever the tires lose their grip on the road. This is caused in one of 4 ways. Way number 1, overbraking. Braking too hard and locking up the wheels. Skids also can occur when using the speed retarder when the road is slippery. Okay, number 2, oversteering. Turning the wheels more sharply than the vehicle can turn. 3, over-acceleration. Supplying too much power to the drive wheels, causing them to spin. And 4, driving too fast. Most serious skids result from driving too fast for road conditions. Drivers who adjust their driving to conditions don't over-accelerate and don't have to overbrake or oversteer from too much speed. Tractor jackknife, I was just looking at that. Drive wheel skids. By far the most common skid is one in which the rear wheels lose traction through excessive braking or acceleration. Skids caused by acceleration usually happen on ice or snow. Taking your foot off the accelerator can easily stop them. If it is very slippery, push the clutch in. Otherwise, the engine can keep the wheels from rolling freely and regain traction. Rear wheel braking skids occur when the rear wheel drive wheels lock. Because locked wheels have less traction than rolling wheels, the rear wheels usually slide sideways in an attempt to catch up with the front wheels. In a bus or straight truck, the vehicle will slide sideways in a spin-out. With vehicles towing trailers, a drive wheel skid can let the trailer push the towing vehicle sideways, causing a sudden jackknife. There. Correcting a drive wheel braking skid. Do the following to correct a drive wheel braking skid. Stop braking. This will let the rear wheels roll again and keep the rear wheels from sliding any further. If on ice, push on the clutch to let the wheels roll freely. Turn quickly. When a vehicle begins to slide sideways, quickly steer in the direction you want the vehicle to go, down the road. You must turn the wheel quickly. Countersteer. As a wheel turns back on course, it has a tendency to keep on turning. Unless you turn the steering wheel quickly the other way, you may find yourself skidding in the opposite direction. Learning to stay off the brake, turn the steering wheel quickly, push the clutch, and countersteer in a skid takes a lot of practice. The best place to get this practice is on a large driving range or skid pad. Front wheel skids. Driving too fast for conditions causes most front wheel skids. Other causes include lack of tread on the front tires and cargo loaded so not enough weight is on the front axle. In a front wheel skid, the front end tends to go in a straight line regardless of how much you turn the steering wheel. On a very slippery surface, you may not be able to steer around a curve or turn. When a front wheel skid occurs, the only way to stop the skid is to let the vehicle slow down. Stop turning and or braking so hard. Slow down as quickly as possible without skidding. All right, subsections 2.17, 18, and 19. Test your knowledge. 1. Stopping is not always the safest thing to do in an emergency. True or false? 2. What are some advantages of going right instead of left around an obstacle? 3. What is an escape ramp? 4. If a tire blows out, you should put the brakes on hard to stop quickly. True or false? 5. How do you know if your vehicle has anti-lock brakes? 6. What is the proper braking technique when driving a vehicle with anti-lock brakes? 7. How do anti-lock brakes help you? These questions may be on the test. If you can't answer them all, reread subsections 2.17, 2.18, and 2.19. Crash procedures. When you're in a crash and not seriously hurt, you need to act to prevent further damage or injury. The basic steps to be taken at any crash are to protect the area, notify authorities, care for the injured. Okay, protect the area. The first thing to do at a crash scene is to keep another crash from happening in the same spot, to protect the crash area. If your vehicle is involved in the crash, try to get it to the side of the road. This will help prevent another crash and allow traffic to move. If you're stopping to help, park away from the crash. The area immediately around the crash will be needed for emergency vehicles. Put on your flashers. Set out reflective triangles to warn other traffic. Make sure other drivers can see them in time to avoid the crash. Notify authorities. If you have a cell phone or CB, call for assistance before you get out of your vehicle. If not, wait until after the crash scene has been properly protected, then phone or send someone to phone the police. Try to determine where you are so you can give the exact location. Care for the injured. If a qualified person is at the crash and helping the injured, stay out of the way unless asked to assist. Otherwise, do the best you can to help any injured parties. Here are some simple steps to follow in giving assistance. Don't move a severely injured person unless the danger of fire or passing traffic makes it necessary. Stop heavy bleeding by applying direct pressure to the wound. Keep the injured person warm. Fires. Truck fires can cause damage and injury. Learn the causes of fires and how to prevent them. Know what to do to extinguish fires. Causes of fire. The following are some causes of vehicle fires. After crashes, spilled fuel, and improper use of flares. Tires. Underinflated tires and duals that touch. Electrical system. Short circuits due to damaged insulation, loose connections. Fuel. Driver smoking, improper fueling, loose fuel connections. Cargo. Flammable cargo, improperly sealed or loaded cargo, poor ventilation. Fire prevention. Pay attention to the following. Pre-trip inspection. Make a complete inspection of the electrical, fuel, and exhaust systems, tires, and cargo. Be sure to check that the fire extinguisher is charged. En route inspection. Check the tires, wheels, and truck body for signs of heat whenever you stop during a trip. Follow safe procedures. Follow correct safety procedures for fueling the vehicle, using brakes, handling flares, and other activities that can cause a fire. Monitoring. Check the instruments and gauges often for signs of overheating and use the mirrors to look for signs of smoke from tires or the vehicle. Caution. Use normal caution in handling anything flammable. Firefighting. Knowing how to fight fires is important. Drivers who don't know what to do have made fires worse. Know how the fire extinguisher works. Study the instructions printed on the extinguisher before you need it. Here are some procedures to follow in case of fire. Pull off the road. The first step is to get the vehicle off the road and stop. In doing so, park in an open area, away from buildings, trees, brush, other vehicles, or anything that might catch fire. Don't pull into a service station. Notify emergency services of your problem and your location. Keep the fire from spreading. Before trying to put out the fire, make sure that it doesn't spread any further. With an engine fire, turn off the engine as soon as you can. Don't open the hood if you can avoid it. Shoot foam through louvers, radiator, or from the vehicle's underside. For a cargo fire in a van or box trailer, keep the doors shut, especially if your cargo contains hazardous materials. Opening the van doors will supply the fire with oxygen and can cause it to burn very fast. Extinguish the fire. Here are some rules to follow in putting out a fire. When using the extinguisher, stay as far away from the fire as possible. Aim at the source or base of the fire, not up in the flames. Position yourself upwind. Let the wind carry the extinguisher to the fire. Continue until whatever was burning has been cooled. Absence of smoke or flame does not mean the fire cannot restart. Use the right fire extinguisher. The figure 2.20, that's this one, details the type of fire extinguisher to use by class of fire. The BC type fire extinguisher is designed to work on electrical fires and burning liquids. The ABC type is designed to work on burning wood, paper, and cloth as well. Water can be used on wood, paper, or cloth. But don't use water on an electrical fire. It can cause a shock, or a gasoline fire. It will spread the flames. A burning tire must be cooled. Lots of water may be required. If you're not sure what to use, especially on a hazardous materials fire, wait for firefighters. Okay, Class A, wood, paper, ordinary combustibles, extinguished by cooling and quenching using water or dry chemicals. The type of extinguisher can be a multi-purpose dry chemical, water with antifreeze, water-loaded steam style, or foam on some fires. Class B type of extinguisher, gasoline, oil, grease, other greasy liquids. Extinguished by smothering, cooling, or heat shielding using carbon dioxide or dry chemicals. The type of extinguisher is regular dry chemical, multi-purpose dry chemical, KCl dry chemical, carbon dioxide dry, halogenated agent gas, water-loaded steam style, and foam. Class C type of extinguisher, electrical equipment fires. Extinguish with non-conducting agents such as carbon dioxide or dry chemicals. Regular dry chemical, multi-purpose dry chemical, KCl dry chemical, carbon dioxide dry, halogenated agent gas. And D, fires in combustible materials. Extinguish by using specialized extinguishing powders. Purple K dry chemical, multi-purpose dry chemical, and dry powder special compound. Test your knowledge. What are some things to do at a crash scene to prevent another crash? 2. Name 2 causes of tire fires. This is subsections 2.20 and 2.21. Test your knowledge. Okay, the last was named 2 causes of tire fires. 3. What kinds of fires is a BC extinguisher not good for? 4. When using your extinguisher, should you get as close as possible to the fire? 5. Name some causes of vehicle fires. These questions may be on the test. If you can't answer them all, reread subsections 2.20 and 2.21. Alcohol, other drugs, and driving. You know what? I will start here in the next video, Lord willing, and we will finish Chapter 2, if everything goes well, in the next video. Thank you.